Big Bang Theory's weirdest Christmas episode made young Sheldon's entire Missy story much sadder. Christmas has always been a peculiar holiday in the Big Bang Theory universe. For a group of self-proclaimed nerds who prefer science, logic, and comic books over tinsel and tradition, the holiday episodes often played with irony, awkwardness, and deeply human moments tucked beneath the sarcasm. Yet, of all the Christmas-themed entries across its 12 seasons, one stands out as the strangest. The Cooper Extraction, Season 7, Episode 11. On the surface, it's just another one of the gang's what-if scenarios. Sheldon returns to Texas for the holidays, and his friends imagine what their lives would be like had Sheldon never been born. But this bizarre Christmas meditation does something much more powerful. It indirectly reframes young Sheldon's entire exploration of Missy Cooper, Sheldon's twin sister, and makes her story infinitely sadder. What started as a quirky Christmas detour in the Big Bang Theory ended up planting emotional seeds that retroactively resonate through Missy's struggles in the prequel. A Christmas without Sheldon and without Missy. The Cooper Extraction is one of those rare Big Bang Theory episodes that doesn't take place in reality. Instead, it leans on the classic sitcom alternate timeline trope, showing how drastically different the group's lives would be if Sheldon had never existed. Without Sheldon, Leonard doesn't meet Penny, Raj never gains the confidence to speak to women, and Howard spirals into loneliness. But the detail that really sticks out, especially now that we have the context of young Sheldon, is Missy. In the alternate timeline, Amy mentions that Missy is happy. In fact, she's married to a handsome man, raising a family, and living a seemingly perfect life. Without Sheldon around to dominate attention, overshadow her, or burden her with his quirks, Missy thrives. This weird little throwaway detail was originally played for comedy. The gang gasps at the idea that Missy, who they know as underachieving and unlucky in love, could end up in a much better position if Sheldon had never been around. But for fans of young Sheldon, this line cuts much deeper. Because in the prequel, we see Missy not as the snarky comedic side character, but as a fully fleshed-out teenager navigating heartbreak, invisibility, and the sense of being perpetually overlooked within her family. Suddenly, the Christmas episode's lighthearted jab reads like a tragic indictment. Missy's struggles may never have been about her own shortcomings, but about the ways Sheldon's brilliance and eccentricity sucked all the oxygen out of the Cooper household. Missy in Young Sheldon, the forgotten Cooper. Across Young Sheldon, Missy emerges as the most relatable and, ironically, the most normal Cooper child. She's funny, sharp, empathetic, and socially intelligent, qualities that her parents often fail to fully appreciate. Where Sheldon is the prodigy and Georgie eventually becomes the self-made businessman, Missy is caught in the middle, her achievements and personality overshadowed by her brothers. Episodes highlight her loneliness. She struggles with friendships, endures heartbreak, and often acts as the emotional glue for her dysfunctional family without anyone giving her credit. In one heartbreaking arc, she admits to feeling invisible, like nobody sees her or cares what she's going through. That sentiment resonates especially in the later seasons when the family is consumed by George's health problems, Sheldon's academic trajectory, and Georgie's whirlwind personal life. And then comes the Big Bang Theory's casual Christmas what if, a version of reality where Missy actually thrives, precisely because Sheldon isn't there to eclipse her. The implication is devastating. The dark irony of Missy's alternate life. When the Big Bang Theory first aired, The Cooper Extraction, Missy wasn't a central figure. She'd appeared occasionally, played by Courtney Hengler, usually as comic relief. She was the normal Cooper twin, frustrated by Sheldon's oddities but affectionate in her own sardonic way. Fans didn't yet know the layers of her character that young Sheldon would later reveal. But retroactively, the Christmas episode feels cruelly ironic. It suggests that Missy's real life was shaped not by her own choices, but by Sheldon's gravitational pull. In a world without him, she's not the overlooked sibling or the girl whose family constantly forgets about her needs. She's the star of her own life story. That irony makes young Sheldon's portrayal of her struggles even heavier. When Missy lashes out, when she breaks down over feeling ignored, or when she struggles to carve out an identity in a household that revolves around Sheldon, those moments now carry the ghost of that alternate timeline. We, the audience, know she was capable of happiness, success, and fulfillment, but the life she got was weighed down by circumstances outside her control. Christmas as the perfect lens. The genius of tying this revelation to a Christmas episode shouldn't be overlooked. Christmas in the Big Bang Theory often represents reflection and vulnerability. From Sheldon's heartfelt gift exchange with Penny in Season 2 to Leonard's fraught memories of his mother's coldness, the holiday forces the characters to look inward. In The Cooper Extraction, the strangeness of a Sheldon-free Christmas isn't just about the gang realizing how much they rely on him. It's also about highlighting how much his existence shapes everyone around him, for better or worse. And in Missy's case, it's decidedly for worse. That's what makes the episode so weird in hindsight. A comedy Christmas special accidentally became the saddest possible commentary on a beloved character who, at the time, wasn't even fully explored. It's almost as if the writers planted a seed for a tragedy they didn't know they'd eventually tell through young Sheldon. Missy's real ending versus her Christmas ending. Fans of The Big Bang Theory know that Missy's adult life didn't pan out the way the Christmas episode imagined. She's divorced, raising kids on her own, and struggling. Sheldon, ever tactless, mocks her situation, while the others pity her. There's a bittersweet edge to her appearances. She's resilient and funny, but life hasn't been kind. Contrast that with The Cooper Extraction, where the group imagines her in a picture-perfect marriage, surrounded by love and stability. It almost feels like the writers were dangling an alternate reality in front of viewers, a version of Missy's life that would have been possible if she hadn't grown up in Sheldon's shadow. When placed alongside young Sheldon's portrayal of her teenage years, the sadness is amplified. We've now seen the roots of her pain, the invisibility, the neglect, the overshadowing. By the time she grows into the struggling adult we meet in The Big Bang Theory, it feels less like personal failure and more like destiny, an inevitable result of being the forgotten Cooper. Why Missy became the heart of the Cooper story. What's remarkable is how young Sheldon transformed Missy from a side character into the emotional core of the Cooper family. Viewers often note that while Sheldon is the protagonist, Missy provides the heart. She's the one who says what others are too afraid to, the one who recognizes the family's dysfunction, and the one who most poignantly embodies the cost of being ordinary in an extraordinary family. And that's why The Cooper Extraction hits differently now. The weird Christmas alternate reality isn't just a silly gag anymore, it's a window into the life Missy deserved but never got. A life where she wasn't overlooked, where her humor and warmth were cherished, and where she wasn't doomed to be the forgotten twin. A Christmas tragedy hidden in comedy. Rewatching The Cooper Extraction today, after 7 seasons of young Sheldon, feels like uncovering a hidden tragedy buried beneath a laugh track. What was once a quirky, non-canon holiday episode now plays like a bittersweet commentary on sibling dynamics, invisibility, and the unfair weight of growing up in someone else's shadow. It's almost cruel how the writers dangled that vision of Missy's happy life before us, only for the canon of both shows to reaffirm her sadness. And because it's tied to Christmas, a holiday of hope, joy, and togetherness, the contrast feels even sharper. Conclusion. The saddest gift of all. The Big Bang Theory's weirdest Christmas episode wasn't really about Sheldon's friends imagining their lives without him. It